Hey folks, so here we go. I said I would take an RC out after my last video, and this is it. This is the Redcat draft back, and I don't know if you can tell. Just quick think about it is, I did get it running nicely. This car has the SH motor. Of course, it's got a plate back in the rear of the motor, which is right there, and you got your tunings. Tuning is pretty good. I had a little issue with the idling screw, so of course I fixed that up. Every time I touch the low speed needle, it was kind of choking, and every time I apply brakes, it was also choking. So I decided, of course, that I have to play with the third needle, which is your idling needle. So now it's running great. Now the problem is, after running for about 30 minutes or so, I chew my, where are you? There it goes. My spare gear and my clutch bell. Well, I just call it pinion gear for now, so it's easier for anybody that is not familiar with this mechanism. It's not chewed a lot, as you can see. Gonna try to kind of maybe zoom it in. I don't know if I'd be able to. No, I don't think so. But it's barely touching. It's pretty much eaten alive. I might be the spare gear. I'll be able to save. I might be able to just realign it. Well, what happened was, as I was driving this guy around the park, he had lots of nice little hills up and down and potholes and everything. So the motor would go and idle really high, and then it will land. Now, if you notice, these tires, they got a ridiculous grip, and that caused the motor to realign itself, to shift. It shifted away from the bell clutch, which we'll call the pinion gear, and that caused a damage to my spare gear and my pinion gear. The clutch, the slipper clutch, looks a little bit too tight. Excuse me. That might have caused a problem, most likely. Didn't have any slippage, and she, you know, the RC was going. It just was making a noise because it wasn't really pushing what it's supposed to, and that's what had happened to it. So I guess in conclusion to this situation is that I know the mesh was fine. I know the tires were just too aggressive. So the tires were too aggressive, and the entire motor didn't keep up, you know, with the force. So it really didn't do a great job. I mean, I was happy. I bought the rear diff, and it seems that the rear diff, it's a little bit too small, and I got this funny screws right there. If you can see it, that screw going right there, but it already came apart. So if I was to wiggle the tire, see if you wiggle the tire, that screw is pretty much right out. It didn't prevent me from continuing riding, but prevent me from continuing using the RC, of course, was the slipper clutch and the pinion gear, which is a major problem. So originally what I'm thinking is it's either drop this in the backdraft that I have my last week video, So drop the motor in there and give it a shot. You know, go from there, and just use this for parts. But then on the other hand, probably by the time I fix this guy, or what I'll do is I'll just shift over the motor. I'll will give it another shot. It's oh man, it's like barely there, the pinion gear and the spur gear. It's barely there, but we'll give it one more shot. Like these tires, man, it's like they're huge. They're good for brushless guys, you know. Really good. So I might probably switch around and put Badlanders from Proline onto this guy, so it doesn't have so much grip. But it is going to get muddy. It is also going to get cold out there, so most of the soil will be frozen. So it is what it is. We'll work with that then. Other than that, you know, the idle, after, you know, fixing my idling screw, was pretty much doing great. The speed could have been better. Here is the deal. As you can see, this gear box has 2 speed. I've watched lots of videos on YouTube, and I could not find any RC, this RC that had the 2-speed transy that actually shifted. So I'm not really sure what that is. This transmission is brand new, so it kind of, you know, makes me wonder why it's not shifting. But you know, it is what it is. I gotta work with what I got. None of the, you know, drive shafts have broken. Everything is nice and legit. You know, it's a cheaper version of Nitro, of course. It's right now it's dirty. I'm not gonna even clean it. I don't need to. But yeah, so the problem is it doesn't shift to a second gear. The pitting gear and the spur gear is probably usable for one more thing. Yes, I did put blue Loctite. It helped for a little while, and then of course it got ripped apart. The rear tower has to be readjusted, put probably better screws, longer, come out with some sort of idea, so the wheel doesn't, you know, doesn't do that because of the screw. It's about to come out regardless. But I did have fun. It's been a while. I do have one more RC that I got to test. Actually, 2 more RC: the backdraft, and I'm sorry, the earthquake, and the monsoon, which is a bigger 8-skill truggy. So I got 2 tests to do. I will leave this guy the way it is. In the Moonsun, I have a motor in there, the .28 SH. So I'll give that guy a shot, see how he works out. And from there, I'll probably make a decision if I want to switch that SH for, you know, a couple of weeks, maybe a season, just to keep the motor going, and go from there. With the backdraft, I'm sorry, with the earthquake, what I will do is I'll change the spark plug, or the well, just call it spark plug. I don't want to get into too many terms, technical terms. But I'll change that because I know that in this one the plug was pretty much burned out. It wasn't getting any hotter than it should have been. So we'll do that. So pretty much, you know, that's it for that. If you have you know, problems like this, again, it was meshed properly. It was blue Loctite on it. So the dilemma would be with the tires. But other than that, the RC you know, worked great, and I like it. I'm happy. Started up very nicely. This is a drill start, so it wasn't a problem, wasn't the issue, and we had good time. Okay, I didn't videotape that because it's just, there's so many videos out there with this. So it's all good. But if you do have aggressive tires like this, be aware that you might use a red lock tie or something like that. Quickly, my throttle linkage needs a little bit of adjustment, a little bit closer to inside. Go from there. But anything in this, man, the buggies are running really good. Alright guys, it's already 10 minutes that I've chatted about this, so if you have any thoughts, any suggestions, do that below. Thumbs up if you like the video. And hopefully this had taught us all a lesson that aggressive tires will most likely mess up your mesh, move your or shift your motor, and cause a damage. So, but I'll work with what I have, and there's hardened steel pinning gears for nitros, especially for this one. So we might order that. But again, I'm hunting for the CEN brushless, CNE brushless version. See if I can go with that. I have lots of RCs. I gotta make some room for the RCs to be lay down or hang them on a wall in the basement, just to make sure it doesn't take too much space. Other than that, I'm about to clean it up, take the batteries out from the receiver, from the remote control, recharge them, and hopefully Monday, if the weather permits, I'll try to shoot a video if I can, and put out, of course, another video if I accomplish what I need to on a Monday. All right, guys. So be cool and tell me what you think. Take care.